Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to QD's Talk Time. My name is LaQuisha Blair, and you will get to know me as Q. Now, if this is your first time, welcome. Thank you so much for taking the time to spend it with me this evening. And if you've been listening before, thank you so much. I invite you to list me as a favorite. So that way we can just be the best of buddies. I would love that. In the meantime, let's get right into it. So tonight we're going to talk about kids. We're going to talk about Christmas. We're going to talk about birthdays, and maybe throw in a few more things in there if we have enough time. So, starting out with birthdays, I have a special reason for starting out with birthdays. It's because the month of December holds my birthday. Yay! So, my birthday is December the 19th. And I don't know about you and your family, but we have a lot of birthdays in December in my family. I have a brother that was born December the 5th, and then I have a nephew that was born on December the 15th, and my significant other, he was born on December the 15th, the same day as my nephew. It was so wild when I learned that. And then I have my son who was born December the 28th. And of course, again, my birthday is the 19th. So thinking about all of that, with us babies born in December, that is the month of Sagittarius. If you follow the astrological signs, that kind of thing. My birth sign, I guess you would say, is Sagittarius. And then with all of the birthdays that are in December, we are considered Christmas babies. No matter how far away from Christmas it is, we're still considered Christmas babies. And so, you know what happens for the month of December when it becomes our birthday. We kind of get a little left out. So I'm going to stand up and wave my flag for all of us December birthdays and say, hey, we're still here. We would like to be acknowledged on our birthday and not on Christmas. Christmas is a celebration of the main birthday. And we're not even going to get into the pagan holidays and all of that. But that's when we celebrate a gathering together. We celebrate Christmas. We celebrate being with family and friends and all of that. We want to have our birthday as a celebration of our birth. So I'm just putting it out there for all December birthday babies. We are not going to take it anymore. We want our very own day to be our very own day. And, I would really like you guys to leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. I mean, if you're with me, let me know. Because, and let me just throw this out there. I'm 55 years young. Thank you very much. And I will be turning 56. And let me just tell you, I just got off the phone with my daughter. Let me tell you what she said. So I have a friend of mine that was born December the 20th. And she called because she is renting a party bus for her birthday celebration. And she wants to include me. We celebrated one time before and it was wonderful, had a blast. And so she called me up and she says, hey, I want to celebrate my birthday with you. We're birthday buddies and we're only a day apart. So let's get together. And I planned on getting a bus and inviting some friends. I want you to be there and celebrate, your birthday and my birthday. And we're just going to have a good time. And I was like, oh, okay, great. So in the middle of this, I got off the phone with her and I called my daughter because, long story short, her son and my daughter used to date. And they're still really good friends. And so, which is how she got in contact with me because she'd lost my number. But anyway, so I'm talking to my daughter about this up and coming celebration and being on this party bus and how excited I am. And you know what she says to me? She says, we were talking and I said, well, I didn't know how old my friend was. And she said, well, I think she's celebrating her 60th birthday and you'll be celebrating what? Your 59th? And I went, 59? Okay, people, take a look at my picture. That is a recent picture. That's like within the last few months kind of picture on my page. Tell me, do I look like I'm turning 59? I don't think so. So I'm like, are you serious? I'm talking to my daughter now and she's forgotten how old I am. I had to remind her I'm 55. I'll be 56 on the 19th. So I am so excited to celebrate and have a good time and enjoy friends and meet new people because there's going to be people that I don't know that's going to be there. And we are going to go to Gatlinburg because I live here in Tennessee. For those that don't know, I live in Tennessee in the U.S., and there is of course, the Great Smoky Mountains, and there's a place called Sevierville in Gatlinburg, and we're going to go to Gatlinburg, and we're going to go to Paula Deen's restaurant, and I've never been. Now, say what you want about Paula Deen. I know there's been a whole bunch of stuff out there, but she's my kind of cook. Anybody that cooks with a whole lot of butter, that's my kind of cook. Butter and sugar, just mix it all together. So, anyway, we are going up there and we're going to have a blast, and I'm so looking forward to it. Now, that being said, if you have a birthday in the month of December, drop me a message. Let me know. I would really love to celebrate it with you, tell you happy birthday. I think we're going to do that going forward. I think this is going to be a part of every segment that we take the time to acknowledge, or that I'm saying we, but I mean that I take the time to acknowledge all of my listeners and their birthdays, and at least let you know how much I appreciate you and say happy birthday, especially during the birthday month of December, because it's my birthday month too. So for all you birthday buddies out there, happy birthday to you. I'm so happy to share this month with you and enjoy it. I hope you're having such a wonderful time so far. If I've missed your birthday, happy belated birthday during this month of December. We're going to start it this month, and going forward, we'll do this every month, and wish everybody a happy birthday. And if, like I said, if you leave me a message, I will try to call your name out, if I can pronounce it, and say happy birthday. So that's going to be something going forward. Now, that being said, like I said, we want to acknowledge the birthdays because we have been left out. My poor son, and I've done it to my own children. My son is born 3 days after Christmas, and you know what we do? For those birthday babies, if you get a gift, it's always wrapped in Christmas paper, and it's because we're too lazy to wrap it in a different kind of paper, in a birthday paper. And I've done my son that way, bless his heart. He was born 3 days after Christmas, and I would wrap his gifts, and I would take one gift out that I had wrapped in Christmas paper, and he would get that on his birthday. And I know it is so unfair. I perpetuated this whole system, but I'm breaking it. Today is the day we're going to break it. So we're going to declare it and decree it, and it shall be so. Now, moving on. Let's see. How about, let's look at the little kids. I don't know about you, but as I said before, I'm a single mom. I had 4 children, 1 boy who's my oldest son, and 3 girls. And in those 3 girls, I had a set of twins. Now, growing up, I used to love watching them when they were growing up. In the mornings, they would always rush in to see, or rush downstairs to see what was under the tree. And it was so funny. We had this little tradition that I would allow them to open one gift on Christmas Eve. And most of the time it was a gift that I chose to let them open. Sometimes I would let them pick one out of a certain pack that they could pick, But it was so sweet to watch them open up their gifts. And it was so funny to see their faces and to see how excited they were. They got to open up a gift. And then on Christmas morning, to see them open up all the rest of their gifts and to see everything that was under the tree. Now, I know a lot of people believe in Santa Claus, and I think my kids believed in it too for a period of time. I think deep down they really knew it was Mom doing everything, but it was so cool, just to spark the imagination of kids and let them believe in something bigger and something magical. I think that's wonderful. And I know, people say what they want about kids shouldn't believe in Santa Claus and that kind of thing. And I agree with that to an extent. But I think all kids should have that magical moment, at least, during their childhood. I think it's just precious. At some point, they're going to realize, of course, Mom and Dad or Santa or Grandma or Grandpa or Auntie or whoever it is that's in charge of them. They're going to realize who it is. But until then, let's just let them enjoy the moment, because we put adulthood in our children way too young. And I don't know about you, but I always wanted my kids to stay the same age as they were. Meaning, if they were a 10-year-old, I wanted them to be a 10-year-old. If they were 11-year-old, I wanted them to be an 11-year-old. If they were 15, I wanted them to experience all the things that they should experience as a 15-year-old, not as a 15-year-old pretending to be a 19-year-old or a 20-year-old or so on and so forth, because, the older kids, they got to do things that the younger kids didn't do. And then when the younger kids were old enough, I let them do a little bit more. It was kind of like bedtime, especially during the holidays. During the holidays, my kids went to bed at like 9 o'clock. 8:30, 9 o'clock at the latest. And then the older kids, like the twins, they went to bed at 8:30. The older kids got to stay up until 9 o'clock. Now, you may say that's kind of early, but think about it. When, excuse me, I'm so sorry. When kids are young, they need that rest. They're constantly going and running and playing and jumping and their minds are going and they're driving you crazy. And I don't know about you, but that was my wind down time. So my kids went to bed, the twins, they were smaller, so they went to bed at 8:30. And then the 2 older ones, they went to bed. I gave them a little bit of leeway. They went to bed at 9 o'clock. And As they got a little bit older, of course, I moved the time back, never past 10 o'clock. They always went to bed before 10 o'clock. But as they got a little bit older, I moved that time a little bit. So what would happen is,